Okay, so I just tried to do a good clap to start. It did not sound good. I don't know if it played before the video started, but it is what it is. And you know what else it is? It's Thursday. It's March 27th, 2025. This is the last Thursday in March, so we'll get to looking at March and looking ahead in April. I'm just going to talk about the week. The first thing I got to bring up is there were Pokemon leaks. I won't go super deep into them in case you don't want to be spoiled and you're watching this video. And again, thank you very much, viewer. In terms of like plot leaks, I have not seen that at all. I have just seen the new Mega Evolutions that we've gotten. From what I understand, none of them have actually been shown. It's just, this is the list from people who've like play tested the game, from people who know people kind of shit. I won't go, like I said, I won't go into the specifics. A lot of them are very exciting to me. There are some Pokemon I was really hoping for that unfortunately we're not getting. There are some that felt like no-brainers that we are getting, so that's all kind of neat. We did also get a Nintendo Direct today. So just going over really quickly the shit that I am excited for is, I've never played Crypt of the Necrodancer or any of its other like various games, but it always seemed neat. And Rift of the Necrodancer, like, all right, here's another one. Like, okay, like this is neat. I'm probably not gonna play it. Is that Celeste? There's Celeste music in this, so now I have to get the game, and then I'm gonna immediately get the Celeste DLC because that's why I want to play it. I don't know. I'm off today, but I wanted to actually play Astrobot today. I'm really excited to try it out. So I don't know if I'm going to play Rift of the Necrodancer today, but I'm hoping to get to it at some point. That was one thing. A new Somnium game. So I played the first one a few years ago, and I liked it quite a bit. And last year I played Nirvana Initiative, and I loved Nirvana Initiative. It was not my game of the year. That was 3Load, but it's up there. I fucking loved Nirvana Initiative. So I don't remember what this was called. It was like No Sleep for Kaname Date, I think. I'm not sure if this is Somnium 3 or if this is, if this is almost like a 2.5. It's like this is what Date was doing during this Nirvana Initiative. If it's kind of like a smaller side story, but it's not a whole ass game. We're like, no, yeah, this is a whole ass Somnium game. We'll see. Kind of regardless, I'm going to be excited because I really enjoyed the first two. We did get more Pokemon news. They did not show any of the new Megas, so I won't talk about that here. But we did get, we got just kind of some basic plot stuff. We're like, okay, you're going to be exclusively in Lumio City. Here's the catching zones, but you will kind of find Pokemon outside those zones, just roaming around the city. That's neat. At nighttime, that's when the Battle Royales start. And there's just going to be a bunch of trainers around. You're going to be battling trainers to get your rank up. And if you get the top rank, you get a wish granted. I'm like, wait a second. Humans and their like magical partners that more or less do whatever they say, roaming around specifically at night and not trying to catch the attention of the normal folk. And if you win, you get a wish. This is a fucking Pokemon Grail War. Oh, this game is gonna be fucking pink! Like, that's so cool! Like, that's my exact niche! Oh, this looks amazing! It's like, oh yeah, if a trainer sees you, you're gonna start combat because, Pokemon, but also, you can just, like, start attacking a trainer before they notice you. Like, you can start sniping. Like, dude, this is just some fake shit. This is really cool. Like, fuck it, I might just name my character Kiritsugu and just do some really dirty shit. But, that, for me, from what I remember, that's, like, the main stuff that stuck out to me in the Direct. There's still no Donkey Kong, no new Mario, Zelda, etc., etc., etc. The Switch 2 Direct is still going to be next week. And because of a lot of the notable series we didn't get today, again, we got Pokemon, we got some Prime 4 stuff, I feel like in a few days, a lot of it will be about just the specifics of how the Switch 2 is and how it works. A launch date, apparently the rumor is it's going to be in June. And, sorry, brain stop for a second. The launch date and probably just some of the launch titles and other, like, really big series. Like, okay, I mean, I'm gonna assume nothing Zelda related, because we just got Tears of the Kingdom, we just got Echoes of Wisdom. But I would assume Prime 4 is gonna be a launch title, maybe a new Mario game, whether it's like a Bros kind of game, or if it's a 3D Mario game. I'm still waiting for Genealogy, because that was leaked a good while ago from a reputable source. So I'm expecting to see that as probably the next Fire Emblem. I'm thinking, I don't think Xenoblade is going to be happening soon, or it's like Xenosaga 4, whatever the next Xeno game is. But we might get something announced, but it'll be like a few years out. I'm really hoping for a new Smash game. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. But I am very excited for that next week. Just some of the other stuff that I did this week. So, or I guess last week, technically. I got a massage, and it was lovely. I needed one. Just after my trip, as unpleasant as it was, as stressful as it was, it's been really nice to be home and just getting pampered. Because something I talked about during the trip is there's a lot of times I'm like, man, I'm going to do this thing. I'm kind of going to spoil myself a little bit. And very often I left feeling kind of underwhelmed or disappointed. So it was nice to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to like spoil myself and pamper myself, and to just enjoy it and not leave going, man, that was it. It was just, that was exactly what I needed. And then the next day, I went to a steakhouse with some friends, celebrate a friend's birthday. And it was great. It was a big fucker. Like, partway through, I was like, I'm full. And I know I could save this and take it home and eat it tomorrow. But fuck it. I'm going to indulge myself. Did I feel great afterward? Nope. Did I feel great during? Nope. But I don't know. It felt like it was kind of part of the experience. I felt like the steak was really good. The bread was good. The potato soup was fucking delicious. And then the dessert was this like really rich chocolate cake. Like, damn, I had like no room for dessert. I had some of it. I could not finish it. And me not being able to finish a slice of chocolate cake, that's how you know I was full as fuck. But it was really good. I have resumed going to the gym because I did not do it during my during my trip. So I'm like, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, so I don't want to start like a month-long membership and all that kind of shit. I don't know how much time I'm really going to have to do this, so I don't want to do this either. And so being able to just go and work out feels really, really nice. I think I also lost like a few pounds during my trip as well, so that was just kind of nice to come back like, okay, as shitty as that was, there is at least something nice to come out of it, but let's, try to get back into the routine. So, before we went to the steakhouse, we went to the gas station, we went to, like, grab a couple drinks, like, I think the guys got Red Bull, I just wanted a sweet tea. We walked out, there was this dude standing and, like, staring at my car, and it's not like, oh yeah, I've got this really nice car or anything, it's fine. I think I've described it before because of, like, a janky, goofy shit that happened. My car looks like it got punched in the face and is missing a couple teeth. I love it. Like, it adds character, but yeah, it's not exactly impressive. But this dude was just staring at my car. Like, I'm wary of what's about to happen. And he's like, hey, is this your car? Are you driving this? Yeah. Like, what's up? And then he's like, it's the same as my car. And I look like, oh shit, what do you know? Like, it's a similar car. I guess he just kind of wanted to do a bit and be like, we have similar cars and shit. But they are like, copycat. And I'm like, I think he's being friendly, but his tone is also kind of aggressive. And I'm not like starting anything. I'm like, yeah, it's the most sincerest form of flattery, dude. Like, have a good day. But I'm like, is he just trying to, like, have a good laugh, or am I about to get shanked? I didn't get shanked, but throughout the entire encounter, it felt like there was a strong non-zero chance, so I'm glad it didn't go that way. I finished the book, Life and Death, Twilight Reimagined. I'm gonna do a video on it. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna say or like what I'm gonna talk about. I think what I really want to talk about is the things I like about Twilight and the things about Twilight that don't work. Because if I'm being honest, I had a good time reading it and not just like, man, this is so fucking terrible. This is fun. I'm like, no, I'm engaging with it and I'm having fun. And some of it is like, yeah, this is really stupid and weird. And some of it is, I genuinely like this, but there are things that don't work. I guess short version, without going super deep into it, I don't think the romance works particularly well because I don't feel a lot of chemistry between my boy Bo and my girl Edith. But when it's not focusing on the romance, which it's a damn near 500-page novel, and it's a romance, kind of a big focus. When it's not focusing on the romance, I actually find myself really engaged. Like, Bo is kind of an asshole, especially, like, some of the relationships with Charlie. But I actually really like Charlie, and just this from his perspective. He's like, I get to have my son, like, I don't get to see him very often. You can tell just how excited he is about still trying to give his son his space. Like, this is pretty interesting to me. A lot of the vampire backstories and their way of life, I genuinely find really interesting. Like, the whole reason that shit goes south is because there's a thunderstorm. And vampires are so unga-bunga that they can only play baseball during thunderstorms because when they hit the ball, it's like a crack of thunder. And, you gotta keep up the masquerade. So I'm like, oh, that's really neat. And the other vampires around hear that shit and go, yo, someone's playing baseball. We gotta go check it out and we gotta play. And it's not like, oh, there's other vampires, it's very territorial and they want to start shit. No, they literally just heard a game and wanted to join. I kind of love that. Like, unironically, I think that's super fun and super neat. And the whole, like, game of chase with Joss, with Jimmy against the Cullens is honestly really fun to read. Again, not every part of it works, but surprisingly a good amount of it does. And I'm looking forward to talking about it. I also watched the movie. And I saw just the whole list of 5 movies on Peacock. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I just want to watch the first one because I just read the book. Not the same book, but, more or less. So there's this one shot of Robert Pattinson looming over Kristen Stewart. And, like, he's just like her fucking paralysis team. It's creepy as hell, but is also kind of funny. And I was like, okay, that's really funny. That easily, that's the best thing in the movie so far. And then it gets topped so hard. The scene when Edward is in the light and he sparkles. And at first I'm like barely noticing it. And then, it cuts to Bella. You're so beautiful. And Edward just, this is the skin of a killer, Bella. As he's covered in glitter. It's so funny. Like, I was fucking, I could not breathe for 2 minutes. I was laughing so hard. I had to pause the movie, howl to the moon, and then rewind it and watch it again. This is the skin of a killer, Bella. She's shining. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I don't think the movie is particularly good. And I think it's a combination of my problems with the source material, in addition to the fact that, look, when you're adapting a book, a lot of, like, the pace, for better or for worse, but a lot of, like, the pace and the internal thoughts are going to be gone. And again, as I've said, I don't find Bo and Edith or Bella and Edward to have a whole lot of strong chemistry. But at the very least, you understand, like, okay, Bo is super interested in Edith. This is how this person, like, views this person. Here's some of their interactions, their relationships, which builds and builds and builds. Then the vampire reveal happens. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Without Bo's, again, suspect. I mean, we had to probably just keep swapping between the two of them. Without my boy Bo's narration and observations, the relationship in the movie feels so weird. Like, I don't know. Like, anytime Edward's just like, you should stay away from me. We shouldn't be friends. In the book, it still doesn't come across as, at least for me, it does not come across as charming or endearing. But in the movie, it feels even more like, yeah, like, why are you even trying to hang out with this person? What the fuck, So I don't think the movie works. But when it starts doing some of the other shit, again, like the baseball scene, it's pretty fun. Let's see. So I know this weekend, I think Sunday, me and some of the boys, we're going to go watch Princess Mononoke because they're doing like a 4K IMAX release. That sounds so fucking cool. It is not my favorite Ghibli movie. Spirited Away, but I really love Mononoke. I think it's in, when I think of Ghibli, I've got a solid top 4, which for me is Spirited Away, Laputa, Whisper of the Heart, and Kiki. And then that number 5 slot is kind of floating. Like, part of me thinks it's The Wind Rises, part of me thinks it's Princess Kaguya, and then part of me thinks it's Mononoke. But either way, that's like the top 7, I would say, and then if 5 is kind of any order between the 3. I think I lean more toward Princess Kaguya because how much I fucking love the art style, but also, fuck, I really love Princess Mononoke, and I'm really excited to go see it in theaters. Let's see, I talked about Pokemon. Oh, okay, so something else to say about Pokemon, nothing to do with ZA. Clay and I rewatched the first 3 movies because we had them on VHS. Rewatching them, I get it. There's problems with Mewtwo Strikes Back, but I still fucking love that movie. I really like its atmosphere. I love Mewtwo. And not just because, Gen 1 or, yeah, of course I fucking love Mewtwo. I think, yeah, the Pokemon is cool. I love how powerful it is. I love how just kind of sadistic he is. Just that moment when the Charizards are having their duel, and then it cuts to Mewtwo just smirking. Like, I fucking love that reaction. And, when all the humans are talking shit, and it's like, your Pokemon can't beat ours. Is that a challenge? You bet it is. And immediately cuts to the stadium because Mewtwo was just waiting for someone to talk enough shit to challenge him. And he goes, okay, you asked for this. I love that shit. The second movie, also kind of fucking love it. I love the scale. I love the stakes in this movie. On the one hand, there's the part of me that doesn't like it as much as the first movie because you have a strong central antagonist in Mewtwo who has a fucking character. And in this, Lawrence is kind of a whatever. I don't even think he's named in the movie itself. The birds aren't characters, they're more just like these feral beings. But on the other hand, while Lawrence isn't the most interesting, he's a collector. He just wants shit for the shelf. I kind of understand that. I kind of respect it. And the idea of the legendaries being these feral titans is kind of cool to me, I won't lie. Like, I love Lugia. Lugia just kind of jobs when it shows up, which, I mean, it's part of the prophecy, it's part of the legend, I get it. But I'm like, man, as cool as you are, and you are cool as hell, I kind of wish you kicked a bit more ass, but it is what it is. The song is great. I love just the visuals in this movie. The goofy-ass scene of the boat, like, flying is really fun. I love how much Team Rocket gets to do in this movie. It's one of those where I'm like, look, I love the first movie. I think I still like the first movie more than the second. But I remember when we did our full Pokemon marathon, I remember saying the second movie does not feel like a step backwards from the first. It feels like a step sideways. Like, it's about as good, but it does things very differently. But I don't think they're mistakes. And I think they still, like, really work well. Then you get the third movie, which is less of like, all right, a big world-ending apocalyptic event, if you will. And it's more, here's our town of the week, which they kind of do in the second one. It's like, here's our new unique area with Shimudi. but still has apocalyptic stakes. Here's our new town. Here's some of the new people we're going to be interacting with. Blah, 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 blah. It's a lot smaller in scale. But with the fact that saving Ash's mom is a big part of the movie, it feels very personal in a way not a lot of the other movies do. And I'm not planning on doing another whole ass marathon, 'cause aside from Zarude, I've seen every Pokemon movie. Zarude came out after we did our marathon. Some of them will still feel personal, like, oh, hey, yeah, we really care about the Celebi, or the Latios, or the Manaphy, etc., etc. But it's, no, I gotta go save my mom. But I love the emotional core of the movie, because it's not just Ash saving his mom, it's this little girl who's missing her family. And watching this while Clay has been playing Persona 4, both of us were like, this just feels like Nanako. And both of us at different points were just like, yeah, I was just thinking of heaven like a good chunk of the movie. The scene where Molly is talking to Delia, and she's like, I don't remember exactly what Delia says. I think she's asking, like, do you feel lonely? And she's like, yeah, maybe a little. And her, like, grip on Delia, like, tightens a little bit. I actually teared up. I was not expecting that to happen. It's like, damn, this is really good. I love Entei. You know, Entei has a cool design. The voice by Dan Green is fucking great, and it fits the character. Like, it feels so strong and powerful, but also very fatherly. I love that when Molly decides to go back, Entei doesn't go like, well, you're in my castle, my control. Like, no, I'm your father. If that is what you wish, I will do that for you. I gotta call a spade a spade. It's the best of the three. It's my favorite. As much as I've always said, you know, nothing will ever top Mewtwo Strikes Back, like, I'm ready to say it. It's a fucking Entei movie. It's Spell of the Unknown. It's Pokemon Silent Hill. This movie rules, dude. It's fucking peak. So that was the week. I guess it's time for March in review. I finished my trip. It sucked, as I talked about, but there's a lot of good that came of it. You know, I was able to do a lot of work. I feel like I got more hours, I got some good experience, all that kind of stuff. I feel like I'm now I'm a much more confident driver. I'm a lot more, like, I'm usually a very low-key driver. Like, look, I'm just kind of going to stay in my lane, even if someone's slow in front of me. Like, I'll get there when I get there. After LA traffic, where you have to do a lot of bobbing and weaving just to get to where you're going, I feel like it's less that I have less patience and just more of, I've always been impatient, but now I feel like I can do something about it, so I'm going to do something about it. Like, I don't feel like I'm a very, like, reckless or aggressive driver, but I guess a more assertive driver, if that's the right word. Yeah. Even if some of the experiences, like going to Universal and Disney, weren't as great as I was hoping they'd be, I still had a good time doing those things. I was able to get some, like, cool souvenirs from my friends as some, like, belated birthday presents. And like I said, there was a lot of clarity that happened. And clarity hurts. But it doesn't always have to. But it's always important. Oh, I forgot to talk about Survivor. I guess I'll get to that in a second. There is a lot of clarity. And some of that is still shit I'm trying to, like, sift through and work through on my end. I guess it's, if this is where I'm at, how do I want to move forward? Just in some things in general, some things more specific. We're working on it. Reading Twilight, I got that done. I'm 99% sure Paper Mario was in February, which means, holy shit, that video was very delayed. I'll get to it when I get to it. I did get those Ding Dang tier list videos done. I'm so happy they're finally finished. In terms of writing, I've done some work on Severance. I've done some, like, sending Orichalcum out to, like, agents and to some contests, hoping to just get some feedback on it. I have some ideas for reworking Oro into Isla. I just tried to do some writing. Some of it has gone well. Some of it I've been kind of stuck. I think the problem I'm having with rewriting Isla is my brain is just trying to say, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, scrap everything and start over, when that's not actually what I want to do. Because there are things to improve. There are problems. I will not deny that. But I don't feel like I want to just say, like, nuke this, start over. It is just take what I have and tweak it. Because I don't think that much of it is actually broken, which means I don't think there's a lot I need to fix. There are, again, things to improve. There are things to fix. But I don't feel like I'm supposed to start from scratch. And that's kind of, it's caused this weird dichotomy of part of me trying to write it like this, part of me trying to write it like this, and then Severance in the corner going, you're going to work on me, right? But I did get some work done on it yesterday, and I felt like I was starting to cook. I'm starting to cook in here. It's getting fucking hot. But it was starting to go well, and that made me happy. I guess looking ahead to April, I want to work more on Isla, but I really want to focus on Severance, hone in on that. Some videos I need to get done, the Paper Mario one, the Twilight one. Oh yeah, I watched Char's Counterattack, but I do think I want to watch it again before I do a video on it. I still need to watch his Double Zeta. Like, I didn't watch fucking anything during my trip, except for, like, starting the new season of Survivor, which I'm going to get to. I'm going to do another Survivor audition, I think, in April. Because I think their thing is, like, they keep your audition for a year. So April, like late April was my last one. So I'm going to re-up. We'll see how that goes. I would love to be on Survivor. It's my favorite show. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to do that in April. Going to do more writing in April. I want to start Astrobot today or maybe like tomorrow. So if I get that done, probably not before the end of March. We only have a few days left, but in April. My buddy and I forgot about this. We started playing Metaphor. We like just started it. So I hope we get some of it done in April, but we're not going to beat it in April. I highly doubt that. I really want to start Kai. I know I've been saying that for a while, but I think for me right now, I kind of want to clear my schedule. I'm like, all right, I got the Twilight book done. That's good. I got the tier list videos done. I'm going to get these 2 videos done for Paper Mario and Twilight. We'll see about Double Zeta, because I do want to watch that. But if I'm like, look, it's only a few episodes a day. I don't really have to clear my schedule. I want to get Severance done. At least this current draft. If we, fuck with Isla as well, we fuck with Isla as well. If I can get Severance done, these videos, and at least get into the habit of watching Double Zeta, I want to play Kai no Kiseki. I am so excited. And I have almost no idea what happens in this game. I have some, like, theories and ideas. And, like, there's some things I've seen. Like, Reed and Kevin are in the game. And, one of the Judgment twins, like, joins the party and shit. But in terms of, like, the plot, like, the crazy shit, I don't know. And I've made a point not to know. And normally with a Trails game, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna know. Like, I can't wait to play this myself. Let me know the crazy shit. I'm like, no. I'm waiting for this one. So, yeah, there's that. I think that's about it. So, I'm gonna end this now. Have a good day. Rest of your week. Rest of the month, year, your life, etc., etc., etc. Take care.